So how should we talk to our children about this pandemic? Dr. Angharad Rudkin is a child clinical psychologist from the UK's University of Southampton. She consulted on the parenting book, What's My Child Thinking? Welcome to DW, Doctor. Many parents have an instinct to try and shield their children, not just from the virus, but also from all the bad news about. Is that the right approach?
It depends, really. I mean, you don't want to shield them and pretend that nothing is happening, because children are very, very clever and they figure out that things aren't quite the same as they usually are. But you don't want to overload them with too much information either, because children think about things differently to adults and they worry about different things. So whereas they may not need to know the biochemistry of how coronavirus is passed from one person to another, what they do want to know is, like your footage showed, what's going to happen for my birthday, and will I still be able to go on my school trip? So we need to give them enough information that they understand a little bit about what is going on, but they don't need to know as much as we do as adults.
Right. So, and the reality of the situation is often when schools are closed or when the kids are not at school, they'd go to their grandparents to be looked after. How do we explain to children that that's not happening this time without sort of worrying them that Granny's going to die?
Yes, by explaining that this is an illness that seems to particularly hit older people and people at risk. So we want to protect Granny and Grandad from getting ill. Reassure them that Granny and Grandad are doing everything that they can to stay safe, and that you can stay in touch through Skype or FaceTime, or you could even write letters to them, but that we might not see them for a little while. If your child asks, well, does that mean Grandad's going to die? We need to be very honest with our children and not make promises that we can't keep. So you don't want to say, of course he won't, because we just don't know. So you need to say, well, we're doing everything we can to keep Grandad safe, and chances are he's going to be absolutely fine, and we just need to let them know how much we still think about him, even if we can't see him. So it's a lot for children to take in, and children tend to take their emotion from parents. So if you're very anxious as a parent, chances are your child's going to also feel very anxious. So you've got to try and stay very logical and rational as much as possible when you're with your children, and don't let them watch too much news, don't let them listen to the news too much either, just so that they only get the information that they need.
All right, I think that's very clear. Thank you so much for that, Dr. Angharad Rudkin from the University of Southampton.